12 a.m., October 4th. Coinciding with the massive crippling cyber attack and simultaneous Sino-Russian anti-satellite weapons attack came the Trojan Horse shock armies breaking out of their assembly mustering points all over the USA. This, as external elements also crossed both northern and southern borders simultaneously as heavy-handed reinforcements for their Trojan unit brethren, which were in all corners of the soon-to-be-vanquished USA. In the Richm0nd-Petersburg area, the 58th Combined Arms Army of Russia began to capture key objectives merely 2 hours into the nationwide invasion. 2 a.m., Klub-K salvos from hidden containers all over the nation begin to fire nationwide and will not cease until 12 p.m., hours after the invasion began. In the Richm0nd-Petersburg area, between both cities, National Guard forces had begun to mobilize days prior due to massive Sino-Russian naval drills off both coasts and general international hostilities between they, China, Russia, and the allies of the aforementioned. 5 large subunits of the 58th Combined Arms Army mustered on CCP regime-owned properties given to Russia for use as bases in central Virginia. The 42nd Motor Rifle Division, 19th Motor Rifle Division, 31st Combat Engineer Regiment, 100th Rec0n Brigade, and 291st Artillery Brigade, and nearly a dozen other subunits which were further west when the invasion began, which were the 12th Rocket Brigade, which is a rocket artillery unit, the 136th Separate Motor Rifle Brigade, 136th Separate Guards Motor Rifle Brigade, meaning it has honors and distinction from other units, and these were units that were further west of this particular battle in other parts of central Virginia. And other subunits include the 67th Air Defense Artillery, which is an S-400 unit, providing an umbrella over the entire battle space of central Virginia. The 31st Headquarters Brigade, which is the whole command of the entire 58th Combined Arms Army of about 55,000 troops. It's a huge formation. And then there was the 78th Logistical Support Brigade, 14th Separate Electronic Warfare Battalion, which is the same type of a unit that shut off the USS Donald Cook, one of our most advanced Aegis-type destroyers like a light switch. They have these capabilities. The 4th Guards Base HQ Command Regiment, and the 40th NBCR Protection Regiment, which has a special mission to capture American bio and chemical stockpiles in Fort Detrick. And they enter the Richmond battle space on day 2 of the invasion, on their way north, to pass through the soon-to-be-conquered Cap region, onward to Detrick. When the battle begins, they receive air cover from Chinese J-20 stealth fighters in a squadron between 5 hours into the invasion to 7 hours in, which, mostly armed with air-to-air munitions, have very few air-to-ground munitions, minus the 2 200-pound laser-guided munitions aboard each plane, which are eventually used on American 29th ID targets, such as some of their main battle tanks and Bradleys in the mechanized infantry formations. In the northwest, battles erupt immediately as the 42nd Motor Rifle Division and all their subordinate battalions belonging to it begin fighting American civilians. The Headquarters Battalion and this mechanized infantry battalion are already having several battles erupt among civilians that mustered here in the countryside, in the periphery of the capital of the state of Virginia. Other such units on the first day proceed down I-64, such as this Mech Infantry and Main Battle Tank Battalion, equipped with T-90S main battle tanks, or I'm sorry, T-90Ms. And these mechanized infantry, but this battalion equipped with BMP-3s, and also other such formation equipped with the same, hook around and head south along I-95 into the northern part of the city. Artillery begins shelling other civilian concentrations and formations, and also shelling the city, where other civilians, armed civilians, have been gathering in order to form a hasty defense. Shells land for hours after hours, 155, 152, and even 203 millimeter shells coming from the 291st Artillery Brigade and its subordinate artillery battalions. Also equipped with 203 millimeter, which are the heaviest shells in the Russian arsenal. And the rest of the battalions, or companies in these battalions, are equipped with 152 millimeter shells. The artillery battalions that are part of, each having one in the 42nd, they're part of the 42nds, and down here to the south, the 19th Motor Rifle Divisions, they're equipped with 155 shells. And they rain down all on the 29th ID, the city of Richmond, and the city of Petersburg, and also American 29th ID formations, battalions gathered south of Chester and Hopewell here, and just to the east of the city of Petersburg. Shelling goes on all day on the first day, and even all day on the second, when most of these areas completely fall. The Americans have bases, reserve and National Guard armories and bases, installations, around Chester, where they've been forming up as a response to the international hostilities for the purpose of being alert for possible home defense. But they didn't anticipate the Trojans, as fourth-generation warfare makes it to where a front line is impossible and untenable. There is no safe areas, no safe rear areas where industries can be mobilized, people can be mobilized, because Trojan units are, of course, disrupting all of that. On day one, the 19th Motor Rifle Division has already been decimating American units through shelling, through main battle tank armored assaults, through infantry fighting vehicle and APC assaults from the Mech infantry, who sometimes occasionally dismount to fight on foot with heavy anti-tank missiles mounted on tripods like the Cornet, or flamethrowers, or small arms, machine guns, and heavy machine guns. The 29th ID by day 2 has mostly been decimated in this sector, and main battle tanks and infantry, Mech infantry formations continue into Petersburg and capture it, calling in occasional artillery strikes from the 291st, just to the southeast of the city. There are also anti-tank formations belonging to the 42nd Motor Rifle Division and the 19th, which are equipped with mostly the new advanced Terminator anti-tank armored vehicles, which have two 130mm anti-tank missiles equipped on board, and two 30mm autocannons with explosive-tipped bullets. These shred American formations to pieces. And there's also, in each battalion of anti-tank forces, there's also one battery of the older 100mm T-12 guns, which have radars that can detect targets through smoke, fog, and dust. These smaller guns are mostly used on Bradleys and other such lighter vehicles or light armored vehicles. But I will continue with part 2 of the Battle of Richmond-Petersburg in another video.